Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Reading the Red. Back from a 2-week holiday. We had a lovely rest. Matthew chapter 22, and we're looking at verse 8, and we're continuing this story that Jesus revealed to the disciples. Then he said to his slaves, "The wedding is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy." So, continuing then he said, that's the king, said to his slaves, "The wedding is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy." So, after the period of dispensations, there comes a point when something new begins. Something ends and something begins. And in this parable, Jesus is saying that the end of what was is here, and the beginning of what is has started. And the wedding is the reality of this new beginning. And so he says he's invited people who were supposed to be there, but they're not there. And he even tries to get them to come there, but they don't want to know because they make excuses and they are distracted by it. And so because they make the choice to not be where he invites them to be, where they should be, where they ought to be, he says these words, "They're not worthy." So the reality of them being invited is not in question, but the reality of their eternity has now been established because they chose to disregard the invitation to be there. So it wasn't that God didn't want them there, it was that they chose not to be there. Now, having chose not to be there, having chose to disregard the invitation, having chose to not come to the wedding, which is the celebration of the bride, they are not worthy. And to be not worthy is to be without that sense of right to be there. You know, when you're worthy, it means that you have been established as someone that belongs. And they were the people that belonged, but they chose to, as it were, unbelong in that place with him. They were chosen to be with him, but they chose to be not there. Therefore, they positioned themselves as those who unbelonged. They didn't belong there with him. They were considered unworthy, and they would not receive, and they did not share eternity with him. Powerful stuff. Welcome back. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.